Well, I didn't like how it changed my life. That is a bit like different, but I think if you compare it to like the first day when we got here and everyone were completely lost. I don't know if like changed my life, but at least it's like changed my way of like looking at things, and I'm absolutely like definitely more open to people, and you know, okay, I was social from the beginning, but now we're like over social because you start talking to yeah, exactly, like all of us, we just start talking to anyone when you just see like friend. Exactly, because that's how we started it.
Well, yeah, and before I had studied abroad, I had never like left the United States. So coming over here, besides Canada, but I hadn't ever really been international. So it was like an entirely new experience, and I think it's really cool that when you're an international student, you have the opportunity to meet native people that are British here, and then, you know, people who are from like Hong Kong, like Sweden, like, you know, from all over, and you're worlds apart, but you're going through the same experiences, and you know, you make a connection you can, you know, talk over Facebook.
It's really fascinating, and I have a very similar experience as you do, because I have never lived home over the past 20 years. This is the very first time I stepped outside Hong Kong and arrived in the foreign countries. And it's like, and you're right, you know, everyone was trying to be nice at the very beginning, and now we are over social.
Exactly. I think one thing that we definitely have learned as well is like how to meet other cultures, and because like all of us come from different backgrounds, and like Scandinavians, that I know that we're quite cold people. We don't really say thank you, or like just the thing that people holds up the door for you when you like walk in through the canteen or whatever. You're like, oh my god, that is so nice. Because home they would probably just have it in your face, and it's just like just those things, little things.
And I think and then you get to respect other people's perspective towards life. Yeah, so that's another camera spin to me. Like, it changed my life. You have to respect some people's beliefs. Yeah, so you get to know how to talk to people, your boundaries and all that. So that's like, I mean, before I just used to say use words anyhow, but when I got here, some certain kind of words you don't use. Coarse words and all that.
So you need to embrace other people's ideas and cultures as far as their behavior don't goes against humanity.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess all of us at home have read about like human rights and like the expression, the freedom of expression, the freedom of religion, and all of that. And when you come here, that all comes so clear for you because you meet it every day. Because at home you will have your own like social comfort, but here you have to think about that every day. It just comes clear, at least for me it does.
And I feel like there's a lot of opportunities that people are more willing to take than they are back home.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, here, for example, it's like we have 3 weeks off. You need to travel, and, you know, instead of maybe staying in a comfort group of friends, you might want to travel with other people or go places, or like, you know, even just taking everyday opportunities in your classrooms and doing outside opportunities, whereas back home you might have been like, I have homework. You want the full experience, and so by maybe doing something you hadn't planned on, it ends up being a really good memory, and you make friends, and you know, it's like you're trying to make the best out of your trip, and in doing so, you're creating like, you know, friendships and memories that you'll have for a while.
Yeah, for all of us, it's like an adventure to be here, and we should make the most of it out of each day. I'm going to a lot of countries.
I think Kingston University, so when you get to Kingston University, you get to travel through other people's story. So you don't have to actually go to this particular country. I mean, I can say I've been to India because I ate Indian food the first time I came to London. So Chinese food. I mean, American.
That's impressive.
I mean, when I talked to, like, one of my best friends while I was in masters was an American, so he tells me a lot about New Jersey and all that. So I don't really have to be there. I just feel, you know. So
well, then if you ever want to travel there, like you have a friend there, and you know,
so
you have connections like all over the world.
Exactly. You know,
talking to people from different countries, you know, this thing by itself is fascinating enough. It's like you really impressed me because you study in creative writing, right? And your aspiration is to write something that can influence the people in your country to think something besides money-seeking perspective. So I think this is really impressive to me.
I'm trying my best, you know. when I wake up in the morning, Kingston, go to what's it called? I take my walk along the River Thames from Surbiton. Take the walk, just do a little thinking about how I could go about a chapter, or take my laptop to the riverside and just watch people while I do my writing, which is
that's a good thing as well with like Kingston, because you got everything in like a small area.
Yeah.
You can walk everywhere, and like you can take the bus everywhere, and then you have like London just 20 minutes away with a train, and that is just amazing. Being able, like we did, like go to museums and like you know, restaurants, cafes.
It's very convenient as far as there is no delay in train and bus. Yeah, we can go to.
And definitely no snow.
Yep. Well, it's definitely like, because I live with a lodger, so I'm renting a room with a family, and my location is actually only like 15 or 20 minutes from here. So for me, it's nice because I can walk to uni and then like maybe go out, you know, with friends at night or something to like a pub and just hang out and not have to like worry about not knowing how to get home or something. It's so close, you know.
You can always get home. You never have to like worry about that.
Exactly. Like there's always buses and trains and everything's very close. So it's not like if you wanted to go out with friends, you wouldn't have to maybe call it an early night because you have a long walk. Like it's reasonable in distance.
Like one thing as well, like all of us international students, I feel like we become like a big happy family, really, and everyone like really takes care of each other, because like going home from pubs and clubs like late night, it's like okay, text me when you get home, or you have like someone living in the neighborhood that you can like take a bus with, or that is just, I think that is one thing that I really like about this city, because you feel safe.
I mean, there was one experience I had like one time. I was really I wouldn't say I was down because I was missing home. So I started
homesickness.
Swinging a whole lot of alcohol, and it's crazy.
Vodka,
I had this guy. I don't know. But I had this couple of friends, American friends, who always checked on me like every day, made sure I was okay and all that. So that really made me feel loved and all that.
I mean, because everyone's going to go through their stages of missing home, and the mentality I've tried to keep while being here, because homesickness is almost inevitable, is that you won't be here for that long. Like you're going to go home eventually, even if you're here for a year or semester, and time will go by really fast. We got here in January, and it's already, you know, we've only got less than 2 months left here, and so
it's like we passed half time
so
already,
it's like,
and it's just like flying
like
away.
while I miss home, you're going to be going home soon, and so try and enjoy the time that you have here, and just remember that like when you're home, you might miss out, you know, you might look back and say, I wish I had gone out that night instead of staying in at home and, you know, being upset, because if you're...
Don't make yourself regret about it.
Because if you're homesick, it's usually because you're not keeping busy and making friends and going out. So like, I had a friend that was kind of homesick, and I was like, you know, let's go out, let's have a good time, and it's, you know, and then it's gone, it's past, and just enjoy the time that you're here, because you won't be here that long.
Well, I think most international students I've spoken with, most of them like to isolate themselves or stay within their own particular group. So that's where the problem comes in.
Quite a number of them, they stay in their comfort zones and stay with friends from the same country.
I mean, I was talking to this guy from Jordan, and he was like, he doesn't like talking to other people because he doesn't feel confident enough, because they won't understand it, his English and all that, so he feels shy or something. So
that we do have that, like the language barrier from this. And at the same time, we're all foreigners in this country, so, and we all will stumble on the words and have like a bad English, or like don't know what word to use. You use the wrong word, it means a completely different thing, and it just messes up the complete situation.
And I would almost rather ask someone what it means and maybe look silly, but know actually what it means, because like I'm a drama student, so we're all very close-knit, and sometimes they'll talk so fast or they'll use a word that I don't understand, and I'll just say like, what is that, what exactly does that mean? And if they laugh, I'm like, okay, but at least now I know what it means, and I don't have to be like,
go through the same process as you do at the very beginning. It's like my English was not as fluent as I am.
Your English has become like so much better since we came here.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's just like the first day when I talked to you, I was like,
Right, because you can always improve
and now
practicing.
Exactly, and we just like, we all learn when we're here, and like even though like some of us you have English from the beginning, but at the same time you have different words.
There's
in,
different
like, British,
variations, because even though it's English, the dialect is different. Like one of my best friends that I've met here is British, and sometimes he'll be talking and I'm like, slow down, what are you saying? And
the accent, right?
Yeah, the accent, but then it's almost funny because you have that moment where you kind of like laugh together, and then they're like, okay, this is what it means here, what does it mean there? And then you like kind of laugh at how it's funny that you both speak the same language, but it's different. But
and that's the thing, isn't it? Like we can all laugh about it. We're all safe in like, or in a safe environment, and it doesn't like mean anything if we say something wrong. We can just laugh about it and learn from it.
And that's not embarrassing at all.
That's why we're here, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no point in being embarrassed. If you can improve and learn something, then you might as well. And
But why did you choose to come all the way from America to study here?
So in London?
Yeah, in Kingston.
In Kingston, well, because I'm drama, and the one place to go is London because of the acting and
the culture.
Yep, the culture. But at the university I go to, Grand Valley, Kingston is one of the like very talked about programs in the theater department because it's London, and there's really only 2 options, and Kingston is kind of the better of the 2 because it's for a semester, and you can really get in depth with like the drama courses and things like that. Like when I'm over here, I've got 3 drama modules and then just 1 international course, and so it's very like hands-on. You're working with the students and
intensive.
It's, and the good thing about drama is that it's very interactive, and so, but it's only as interactive as you make it. Like I right off the bat started talking to people, and you can't be shy when you're studying abroad. You kind of just have to like grasp the situation and really take advantage of it. And so I did that because I knew if I didn't, I would regret it. Yeah. And so like now some of my very best friends are British and they live here, and I know I'm trying to spend as much time with them because I'm going to be going home soon. So it's I'm studying drama, but I'm also making great friends and having a good time. And
to me, it's like British guy in general. They're friendly and they're helpful. They're cheerful. They will show you how to go to a particular place if you get lost.
They're very good at directing people.
I don't know why.
And like the thing that I really, really like noticed is just like people holding the door up or saying thank you and like greeting each other and like just those small things that like people are well mannered.
Yeah,
so that is the thing. And like I've been off at the countryside quite a lot, working with the horses and riding, and like that sort of environment. Everyone out there is just so well mannered.
Well, what do you guys think about the food, like British food?
British.
I like it.
It's just like chips.
My home sickness.
They have chips with everything, and I was like, why? Come on, eat a salad.
Well, and I find like I'll go to, because in America like ketchup is a really big deal. Like every meal you have ketchup with it, and so like I come here and I'll get like a burger,
salt and vinegar,
a burger and like chips, and I'm like, where's the ketchup? And they're like, oh, they give me 2 packets, and I'll be like, I need about 9 more. That's not even enough. So then they'll give me like a bunch of packets or whatever, and then I'm like, I feel American. But like for the most part, I don't really see like a huge difference in the food.
My homesickness purely originates from the food here, because after I landed here, for the first 2 weeks, I have frozen pizza as my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I was running out of money. I have no choice.
Yeah, sometimes it just comes down to money. Like I'll go to Tesco or like Sainsbury's, and I'll just get like 3, because you get 3 pizzas for £5. It's a good deal.
It's like when you're broken, and the cheapest thing you can get here is French fries and fried chicken, which is very unhealthy in the perspective of an Asian guy. Because we have rice.
For me, I'm not like, I enjoy going out to eat with friends, but I would rather spend my money on maybe going out and sightseeing in London, doing things like the London Eye, or doing, museums, or traveling a bit.
The transportation here, one thing I really don't like about Britain is their transportation system. It's terribly expensive.
It's not. I have to object to that. Because like from where I'm coming from, we have like no community service, like or like be able to travel by bus, train, anything that is like for almost free. That I think it is over here. Because at home, if you want to do it, it's bloody expensive. Sorry for my expression. And you don't get where you want to go anyway. Like, you still have to take a cab like for the last 2 miles.
It's so different here because everything works perfectly well. If you want to go central London, the train is there and all that. I mean, for someone like me coming from my background, if you don't have your own private means, then you're stuck. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's the same at home. If you don't have a car, you can't go anywhere. But here, you will survive on public service.
You don't.
And that's especially Kingston, because I know like one of my friends is from like Essex, and you know, you can catch a bus, but it's going to cost you a lot of money.
It's not as good.
Right, so it's like depends on where you are, which is another reason why I really like Kingston, because you can get around easily. Like if you're gonna get a flight from Gatwick or Heathrow, you can get there by bus or train, and if you're going to go into London, you just take a train. And so, like, you know, everything's very easy to get around in this area. And back home, I drive a car, and you're constantly buying gas, and that's very expensive. So it's kind of nice that you can pick and choose when you want to travel and how much money.
To, like, driving if I would drive as much as I take the bus or the train, it would be like at least 3 times the cost, and that's just gas.
Well, I think that's the difference between your countries and mine, because in Hong Kong people seldom have a car, especially for teenagers. But teenagers in the States or in Finland, they usually have a car.
Right, because that's the only way to get around.
Yeah, exactly.
In Hong Kong, we use a lot of public transport, and the bus and train there is much more reliable than their counterparts here. Because what I find out here
in comparison,
their train, their underground system, they have a lot of delays and they have suspensions, and it's like, I don't find the transportation here quite reliable.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference, because I'm from Michigan and we don't have, like, if you're from New York, then you're used to public transportation, but I'm not. So to me, this is great because it's, okay, there's a delay.
Existing.
Right, it's exactly, like, it's a delay, but it's, a half hour, so I can wait because I don't need to get somewhere. If it were like a job, then that might be a problem, but because I'm just a tourist and I'm kind of going with the flow, it's really not a big deal.
You have plenty of time.
Right, and so, like, even if it's a delay, you're kind of like, okay, well, we'll sit here and talk or whatever, maybe we can go somewhere else instead.
Exactly, if there is a delay, you will still be able to find something else that you can do.
Exactly.
And you never know, that might just be the one memory you will remember the most.
Exactly.
The one memory.
The one.
Yeah.